so thrilled to be here with Karen D. She lives in Illinois. She's an art teacher. She's going to be 69 in August. And I'm thrilled because this is our last coaching call. She's been with me for 6 months. And she, out of her own will, said, I'd love to record my experience because she was just telling me all these amazing results. I was making my day. And originally she didn't want to talk about it, but now she wants to. So I'm really thrilled because of what she's achieved is just amazing. So thank you so much for being here, Karen. I really appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Trisha.
So you're welcome. So before we dive into the amazing results that you achieved, and if you're watching this video right now, make sure you keep watching because you're going to be very inspired. But I want you to tell us what your health was like physically, emotionally, what was going on before you hired me as your nutritionist to help you shed pounds sustainably. What was your health like at that time?
Well, for many years, I've had arthritis from head to toe, just a large amount of arthritis pain, especially in my hands and back. So it was affecting my mobility. My knees were very painful. I found it hard to go up and down stairs, and in our house, we have stairs.
Mhm.
I was losing the stamina to be able to take walks. We live 7 blocks from Lake Michigan, and my husband and I used to walk there and back all the time. And all of a sudden, I'm like turning around halfway there. I'm like, I can't do this. And so my goal was to regain mobility and take it easy on my knees. I wanted to take some of the weight off of my knees. And I
Mhm.
had tried other methods, but for 20 years, I was over 200 pounds.
Mhm.
And it hardly budged anything I tried in my own way, including some other, diet programs. And I heard someone wise say, when you can't do something yourself, ask for help. And
Mhm.
that's when I came across Trisha, which was so fortunate and a real blessing. So,
I'm so glad that you did. And you're right. Asking for help, a lot of people look at it as a weakness, but it's really a strength because it requires you to be courageous and brave. And no one can do everything on their own. There's so many people that I talk to, even if they do or don't become a client, but they want to shed pounds sustainably. And there's an expectation that I think they put on themselves that I should be able to do this by myself, which I totally disagree with. I wasn't able to keep my lose 20 pounds and keep it off by myself. And I'm a nutritionist. I think that people are just really hard on themselves. And it is a very important skill as a human being to be able to ask for help. One, you're courageous, you're brave, but it also means I care so much about myself that I'm going to seek professional help to do that. And one thing I'd love to know from you, Karen, is when you would have to turn around on those beloved walks with your husband, not husbands, but with your husband to the lake, what was that like for you emotionally to not be able to physically do the thing that you wanted to do with your body?
I felt very discouraged, and I was starting to feel like I was entering kind of a realm of disability, which is a terrible way to feel. Um,
Scary, I
and
imagine.
now, yeah, and now I actually feel the opposite. So I'm so encouraged, and I'm proud of my 69 years because I feel better than I did 20 years ago.
That makes me so happy to just hear you say, I feel better at 69 years old than I did, I'm doing math, 49 at 49 years old. That is
Oh,
amazing. So let's dive into some of these results that you've achieved. So you worked with me for 10 weeks in a row. You signed up, you hired me, and then we did check-ins once a month for 3 months after that. So now it's been 6 months.
mhm.
What results have you achieved eating optimally? And again, you were with me for 10 weeks, but then you kept going on your own. And the fact that you're able to even eat optimally for yourself and maintain results for 6 months is a huge accomplishment in and of itself. So congratulations for that. But lay it on us, Karen. What is everything
Yeah.
you want to tell us about you that what you achieved? I'm so proud of you.
Well, the first 10 weeks, I released 20 pounds, which was a huge encouragement. And in the time since, I've released another 20 pounds for a total of almost 40 pounds. And that's better than I expected. And another unexpected benefit was my arthritis pain reduced by about 98%. I kid you not. And the regimen, the optimal eating is so highly anti-inflammatory. I was just stunned at the results of
Mhm.
this regimen. It was so worth it. And I found recipes that were excellent and fun to eat, and treats that are allowed and enjoyable. So it wasn't, I was never hungry. Always ate filling foods that I enjoyed.
Yeah,
So
we'll definitely dive into what the food was like and the process was like, but I really want to hone in on these results that you've achieved. So you're down 40 pounds now in 6 months. When's the last time you ever achieved that in your life?
never, never,
So you
never.
exceeded your own sustainable weight loss expectations. You succeeded your own expectations of what was possible with reducing your arthritis pain. You've reduced it 98%. And you're right, optimal eating is it's one of the most anti-inflammatory ways you can eat. And for the person watching this video, I was a nutritionist for the University of South Carolina on a research team that did an intervention study. I was the lead coordinator and the nutritionist teaching the participants how do you eat an anti-inflammatory diet so we can test the results of this compared to an intervention group, because the researchers I worked with invented the dietary inflammatory index, which was the first evidence-based way to see how pro or anti-inflammatory a food or dietary pattern was. So you absolutely reap the benefits of that. And what I want to know is, how has reducing your pain 98%, how has that changed your life and impacted your life and the weight loss and the pressure off your knees? The person watching this video, for research shows for every 1 pound of fat you lose 4 pounds of pressure off your knees. So how has the sustainable weight loss, the anti-inflammatory effects of eating optimally, how has this all changed your life? How is it walking to the lake now?
We walked to the lake again, and I had said to him at the point when we first, and I was able to achieve that by December. So I started in October, and I was able to walk to the lake and back by December. So that was pretty quick. That was even before the 10 weeks was up.
Yep.
And I said to him, "Oh my gosh, I haven't done this in a year." And he looked at me and he goes, "2 years."
Mhm.
So it was even more than I thought that I was sort of sliding into that immobility. And now with the increased mobility, there is not a big knee issue. Um, I don't wear like knee braces ever anymore,
Mhm.
and I'm able to walk as I need to without fear fear of falling. That's a big improvement in my attitude. Whereas when you feel like you're on the verge of not being able to walk so safely, you get inhibited in your movements, and it's like, I don't know if I want to go to the store or this and that. So now, not only is it the mobility, it's the stamina, and I find that I have increased energy to do like normal things that I used to have to measure out. Oh, can I throw in a load of laundry? Can I go up and down to the basement?
Mhm.
Now I just do it because it isn't hard. I have more stamina,
You
and
don't have to
that
think
feels
about
great.
it. Would you say you don't have that, like, mental weight of having to think about all this stuff anymore? You can just live
Exactly.
and be and move?
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Exactly. To
I
to to move without fear and to have that off my mind, it's a huge relief.
Beautiful, beautiful. Tell me about those, pair of jeans that you tried on. Tell me about before you film the video.
20 years ago, I stopped wearing a certain pair of jeans, but I kept it in the corner of my closet. And I'm wearing them right now, and they're a little bit loose.
I love that.
Yeah, yeah. And also, I went to the doctor this week, and I had lab test results, and there's huge improvements in my cholesterol, triglycerides, and A1C. Large improvements.
Yes.
And she is going to remove my cholesterol medication from my regimen.
You have me dancing so much because I'm so excited about all your results right now. Go, Karen. Go, Karen. That makes me so happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. And I give you a ton of credit, and I give myself a ton of credit, and I'm so happy I know you. I give you a hug from afar.
All the hugs, all the hugs. Yeah, it's my honor. It's my pleasure. Thank you for bringing so much joy and meaning to my life. And I'm so proud of you for doing this for yourself. I know I've said this to you already before the call, but you didn't have to schedule that consult call with me. You didn't have to show up. You didn't have to say yes to this opportunity, but you did. And just like you said, it ended up exceeding your expectations. You exceeded your own expectations for yourself, which is a really beautiful thing. And if you're comfy sharing, if not, definitely okay. But I would love for you to share the inches that you've lost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I've lost 3 inches around the whitest part of my neck,
Mhm.
5 inches from the bust, 5 inches from the waist, and 5 3/4 inches are gone from my stomach.
So
And
awesome.
I feel like I have my life back. With your help, I have my life back. Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear that because you're a very special, unique miracle, and the world needs Karen to shine and to fully live her life just like every single one of us. I think that about every single one of us. So, just by that, you are making the world a better, more beautiful place. So, thanks, Karen.
You
And
too.
thank you. Before we go, I would love to hear, what are you eating? What do you think of the food? Do you like what you're eating? Are you perfect? Is it full and satiating for you? Do you feel like you can do this for the rest of your life? Are you excited about it? Did you take any pills or products or shakes, or did I sell you any products or anything like that?
No,
No.
no, no. You taught me that the, optimal way of eating is really the best. I used to be one for powders and, collagen powder and protein powder and stuff like that, and I don't do those things anymore. And much to my benefit, because if I were, and I did taste some collagen mix that I used to like, and it tasted like chemicals. I feel like my system is really cleansed and my palate is cleansed. The food is delicious. Um, it's tasty. It's good for us. My husband loves it too. And I'm always satiated. There's always a something I can enjoy. If I'm hungry, like right before bed, I'll have an apple.
Yeah.
And I have my little treats that I allow myself. And one time I tried some meat. Actually, it was lamb. It just so happens, and it caused the arthritis pain to come back. So that was a miracle to me. But I do enjoy fish and
Mhm.
other a little bit of chicken. So um, other things that are very tasty.
Yeah, and I love that, like, if you're hungry, you eat, even if it's right before you go to bed. There's no rule of like after 8 o'clock, I can't or I won't eat anything, and perfection's not required. But would you say about 90-ish% of the time you're eating optimally, you know what to do, you like it gives you energy, you like what you're eating, you're full when you eat, and you can just enjoy freaking eating, and you're not perfect and there's wiggle room, but you're able to stay on track amongst not being perfect and that wiggle room.
Exactly. And you taught me how. So I have that knowledge. And it's like one of your messages that I heard online said, we all know the combination numbers, but we might not know the exact sequence. And that was so meaningful to me because now I know the
Yeah.
sequence, I know the combination, and
Yeah.
I intend to use it forever because I thought I would only do this for 10 weeks, and it's like, no, this is for real. This is for the rest of my life. It's great.
That's amazing. Yes, and that analogy you're talking about is that there's a combination lock on a locker, and in that locker is how you shed pounds sustainably and improve your health and make your pain go away and increase your energy. It's like, the longevity mecca that we all want, right? And you're a very smart, intelligent woman, like everyone that comes to talk to me, and I know a bunch of these things. I know so many of these things. I know the numbers to the lock, but I don't know what order the numbers need to go in for it to open and the locker to open and the to happen. And a lot of people don't even fully trust that the behind the locker is even possible. Like you said, you exceeded your own expectations, which is amazing. It's amazing. So I'm
Yeah.
really happy for you. I'm really proud of you. What would you say to the person watching this video that they have tried everything for decades? They're terrified. They feel like a failure and they do not, because of everything they've done. And I know what I would say to this person, but they don't think that they can achieve it. They don't think it's possible for them because they've tried so many things and nothing's worked so far. What would you say to them?
I would tell them that Trisha is a worthy guide, and Trisha will motivate you and teach you how to put that sequence of numbers together, that you already have the numbers, you're already smart and capable, but with her help, you will be able to get that correct combination that you need to open that locker of optimal health for yourself.
Yeah, beautiful. And everyone's combination to their locker is different, but um yeah. And what I would say to that person too is, and I said this to someone this morning, and let me know if you ever felt this way, but they'll equate their past attempts as a failure, and then they'll equate that means that they're a failure, which I
Mm.
wholeheartedly disagree with. I think anytime you try and help yourself, regardless of if it ends up working or not, it means you care about yourself and you freaking tried, which is more than most people will do. Not that that even matters, but it means you care about yourself and you're trying to do something about it, which is admirable. It's beautiful. So the most important thing is that you just learn from that. And as long as you're trying and you're learning, you're making progress. And it's only a matter of time, then, if you keep going, that you'll get there, as long as you're learning from those past attempts, meaning you don't go back to systems that don't work, right? And
Mhm.
if you weren't
Right.
able to do it sustainably, it probably means it's the system isn't sustainable, not you. Everyone thinks there's something wrong with me. It's not you. It's the system, right? So as long as you keep going, it's only a matter of time. As long as you're implementing what you're learning and you continue to ask for help and try, because the only sure thing that will ensure that you do fail towards your goal is if you quit or give up. And you didn't do that. And look what happened. You took a chance on yourself and you stepped into faith, because did you think this was possible for you when our very first consult call? Did you think when I said you can lose 20 to 30ish pounds in the next 10 weeks, we can reduce your arthritis pain, did you wholeheartedly believe that what you achieve now is possible for yourself?
No. It was a lovely, lovely surprise, and it is sustainable, and, I couldn't do it on my own. So I give you a ton of credit, Trisha.
Well, thank you so much, Karen. I'm so proud of you. Thank you
Thank
so much for
you.
sharing your story. That was a very pleasant surprise. You've made my day in numerous ways. I'm giving you the biggest hug, and I look forward to seeing you and on the interwebs and continuing to get updates about you living more. So thank you so much, Karen. I really appreciate you sharing your story with us.
You're welcome. Thank you, Trisha.
Welcome.